Osinbajo, other lawyers in cabinet, Falana tells NBA. Human rights lawyer Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, who leads Mr. Omoyele Showore's defense team, has asked the Nigerian Bar Association to take disciplinary actions against lawyers in President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet over what he described as desecration of the court, with Showore's rearrest at the Federal High Court in Abuja, causing a disruption of court proceedings. He said his legal team would meet on Saturday to determine the next line of action. He said there were 10 lawyers, with four of them senior advocates of Nigeria, who ought to live up to their oath to defend the Constitution and other laws of the country by ensuring that the rule of law was observed by the government. The sons in the cabinet are Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, Minister of Justice for Labour Mr. Festus Keyamo, and Minister of Works and Housing Mr. Babatunde Fashola. He said even though President Muhammadu Buhari has a duty to caution the Department of State Services, the blame of the desecration of the court today, Friday, rests squarely on lawyers in government, who are under a duty to ensure that the rule of law is observed. They have all taken the oath to respect the Constitution and other laws of the country. That Constitution guarantees the independence and impartiality of the courts. They therefore cannot sit in a cabinet under a regime that terrorizes the courts and subverts the rule of law. It is a matter the Nigerian Bar Association should take up against the lawyers in the cabinet by instituting disciplinary proceedings against them. Faulting the arrest of his clients, he described it as contemptuous. He also noted that it was not backed by any arrest warrant or detention order of court. He said, there is no warrant of arrest, there is no detention order. What the DSS did today was the height of contempt of court. Nobody is above the law. You either abolish the court or allow them to function effectively. This is a situation where the DSS operatives invaded the court and forced the judge to adjourn proceedings. They chased the judge out of our court, disrupted the proceedings, and forced the judge to adjourn all cases. What? These are manifestations of fascism, which cannot be accepted in any civilized society. This has never happened in Nigeria, where you take over a court forcefully in order to arrest an unarmed citizen. You remember that it was the illegal invasion of the National Assembly by masked DSS men that led to the dismissal of the former DG DSS by this government. So for the same barbaric conduct to occur again is unacceptable. This is a regime that parades 10 senior lawyers, including 4 senior advocates of Nigeria. Asked if he had been informed of any reason why his client was rearrested or whether he was going to be freshly, he said no. This is what we've been talking about. How can they have someone like a Festus Keyamo, the vice president of the country, who is a professor of law, senior advocates of Nigeria at that? I think he didn't mention another person's, he says Sagi. He's part of them. And Babatunde Raji Fashola, we've not even been making mention, we've not been mentioning his name too. What will they say to all of these things? They will come out and lie. They will not come out, they will come out, or they will not even want to say anything, because as it is now, I don't even know how they are going to face Nigerians and defend what has been happening. And defend what has been happening. And the whole world is saying and seeing the whole thing. They are not saying it, they are not even bothered or concerned about that revolution that the government has been using. And like I said, if really they have a good case against Showore, why all of this rush? Now they have committed even more blunder than what they have been committing before. No court order, no warrant of arrest, no whatever to be put in custody. That means, this has never happened. In one of the things in the videos that Showore's wife, appeared, she was saying that it has never happened, which of course I've never heard this kind of a thing, that a judge will be forced to adjourn court session in this country. The NBA have just been talking and talking. They need to do the needful, just exactly what Falana has said. These people need to be taught a lesson. What are we talking about? And they are just not saying anything. This is a big embarrassment, even to the vice president. It's really, really embarrassing, honestly, if you ask me. If you ask me, what is in that place? What is that? Have they been tied? Have they been tied not to say anything? Are they marginalized as well? Not to say anything. I think it is Issei Sagi that has been speaking, and all the things he has been saying, they don't even resonate with Nigerians, because he's not even speaking as a professional. He just speaks like any other person on the street. Even people on the street cannot even say most of the things Issei Sagi is saying. He's the one who has been talking, but I've not heard anything from Festus Keyamo and Vice President Osinbajo. They need to be taught lesson. That is just the way it is. Some people will still come out and be defending it, but let them be defending what is not. Let them be abusing people who are saying the right thing. They will continue in this suffering. They will continue in this agony. And the unfortunate thing there is that these people who are coming to defend the government, the masses, some of the masses that are defending them, majority of them are not even, it's not if they are even gaining anything. They are not just even achieving anything. They are not gaining, or they are not benefiting anything from this government. They just want to be supporting blindly. That is just the way some people are. While we still have some people who are really getting much, and because of what they are getting, they don't want to speak the truth. But that being said, what is left now is for these particular people to be shown a way out, or to be disciplined. Somebody was saying that they are going to be holding an NBA meeting, whether next week or so, that if they don't do anything, if they don't sanction him, or if they don't tell him to his face of what has been happening, that he needs to say something. That if the NBA, they will still accept him. Maybe they will invite all these people that have been mentioned. They want to come for that meeting, and let's see how the NBA is going to handle them. Just before Falana is coming out to say they should be disciplined. All the sons, all the lawyers in this cabinet should be called to order, and they should do the needful to them. Like he said by today, they will take the next line of action. They will know the next thing to do. And according to what he said there is no warrant for them to be rearrested. There is no warrant for that. There is no court order for that. Even a sitting judge was chased away, was forced under gunpoint to adjourn the meeting, or to adjourn the proceeding. Is really, really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Forcing a sitting judge to adjourn the court session, and you think we are getting there. This is becoming clearer day by day, and these people are not even hiding it. They are not even ashamed to be involved, to be engaged in this kind of a thing. This lawyer Monday Ubani was saying if he was the president, he would have sacked the DSS. And people are saying, sack who? Sack who? Who is giving them order? That the man should say something different. I just think that most of them are just playing to the gallery. They are just trying to play the devil's advocate, because they know the right thing. They know who is behind this DSS attitude. They know the person who is behind them, who is giving them order, because they have backing. The DSS cannot be working in isolation. They have backings from Oga at the top. So who is deceiving who? And like Femi Falana said, he said in a civilized society, is Nigeria civilized? That's the question we need to ask. Is Nigeria a civilized society? No. If Nigeria is a civilized society, we will not be having people who are divided among many things. People who are supposed to come together because they are the one suffering all of these things. They will not be defending the oppressors. They will not be doing that if really we are in a civilized society. No, Nigeria is not. That is my opinion. All this drama is not new. More than this on the way. Deaf, blind, and dumb regime. My humble opinion. It has been happening and it's getting worse day in, day out. They talk about change. People are saying, oh, so this is the change they promised Nigerians. This is the change they are talking about. The people who have been, who were in power before now, they didn't do better. They didn't do better at all. And we thought that, okay, these people coming in, they are going to change the narratives. But reverse is the case. Reverse is the case. So guys, I don't know what you think about what Falana has said, that all the lawyers in this cabinet should be disciplined by NBA. Do you think so? Leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.